Okay, so this one is on how to clean your filter and how to change it. So first things first, we got to turn off the breaker. You don't want to get electrocuted. Then, the filter's on the inside of this. So I'm going to open it up, turned off our breaker, and I got to unscrew it. So I'm going to unscrew it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to rock it back and forth because there's water all in here, and I want to get the water out so it doesn't spill all over me. So there we go. And then I'm going to pull this off. Make sure that I don't lose this little rubber ring. Set it down over here. And this is the filter here. Now, a lot of pool guys will tell you to go buy a new filter for 120 bucks. But you can take this filter and just keep cleaning. As long as these things are good, you're going to be fine. So you got these two poles coming through the middle where the water and where you screw down your top. So you got to get this thing out of there. Wait for the water to get out of it so that you don't have to lift up all the heavy water. And now I'm going to take this out to the front here. Okay, so let's take a look. This is your top here. And this is what it looks like inside. So when I put the filter back on, I've got to slide it over those two things. As you can see, the water looks pretty dirty in there. And so we got to clean this filter out good so that we can suck all the algae out of the pool. All right, so here's the pool. As you can see, it's a little bit foggy. That's because it's got algae in it. And we're going to come over here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to clean this filter. Okay, so I got the filter here. I got to turn my water on. You want to get the pressure high so you can get all the gunk out of in between the things. So I'm going to go ahead and just squirt her down. As you can see how green it looks? That's all the filth and garbage that's inside there. So I'm going to go ahead and methodically I'm going to go through each section so that I can clean it out properly. See all the green? That's green algae. Gonna move it just slightly, squirt it down. I'm turning it on an angle so that the gravity pulls it out. As long as there's green stuff in here, you got to keep going. You get it all out. You got to do this about 3 times in a row, maybe 4 times in a row, just to get your pool clean of the algae. If you get algae in your pool. One day you wake up and your pool's green, this is what you got to do. If you can do it 2 times a day for 3 days, and you brush all the algae off the side of the pool, you can get rid of the algae. You got to keep filtering it, and then you got to clean the filter because it just gums the filter all up. See? I do this over by the where the grass needs the water, so I'm not wasting it. All right, let's go back to the other side. Okay, I'm back. I got the filter. And if you look down the center of the filter, you can see that there's a hole, and I got to get those 2 long steel rod that we screw the cap on with, and the other water through that hole there. So you got to be kind of careful and get it in there. So you put her up. And you gotta look down, make sure you're in, and slide it. Gotta get both of those through the middle. So I'm going to show you how you do that. So if you look here, you can see these are both through the center. You got to get it in there like that. Now we're going to put the top back on. But you got to make sure that your rubber seal that goes around is stuck in there properly. So let's go ahead and put this over here. And yeah, you can see it. So then we're going to take this, we're going to drop it straight down on top. And there's a little catch in there that guides it in. And then I'm going to look down here and make sure that I'm in there. And it's not bulging out, so I have a good seal and I get the most out of the suction. Then we're going to tighten her down. Okay, we got it tight. Checking it. We got a good seal there. Now the next thing you got to do is you want to clean your basket out. While you're here, you might as well check. I have these on over it so that the sun doesn't beat the hell out of them. But there's my basket. So while I got the engine turned off, I'm going to go ahead and open this up. Take a look inside. There's a couple leaves in there, not many. Pull it out. Alright. You can pull the whole basket out if you want, because it just turns and lifts out like that. And then you can put it right back in. There. So, just so you can see, so here's the basket, and I've removed it counterclockwise. It's got a little seal on it too. And there's the inside the basket. You turn it so that you can pull it past these two little flanges there, and then just knock out the weeds. Put it back in. You push it down, and just turn it so now it won't come out. It's nice and tight in there. Then we're going to come back in. We're going to go opposite, and then we're going to tighten her down. Okay. And you want to get it tight enough so the seal's tight. So I'm going to just use my hands to tighten it. I don't want to tighten it so tight that I have to break it off. So there we go, we got that. Now if we go back over here, you'll see this little valve up here. I'm going to tighten it a little bit. I'm going to come back to my box, and I'm going to turn my electrical back on. Alright, so we got the electrical back on. Alright, we're ready to go. Now over here, that's taking the pressure out of it so that all the air comes out. Pretty soon it's going to go ahead and squirt some water out of there. As you can see, you can probably hear it. You can see down here we're starting to get a good suction, and there it goes. And the water's coming out. We're set. We tighten that down. And we're ready to go. All right, we just cleaned our filter, saved ourselves, you know, if you buy them retail, I think you might be able to find it for about 80 bucks. But, you know, for 15 minutes worth of work, you just saved yourself $80. So that's the way to go. And our system's going here. Since it is that afternoon, I'm gonna put my sunshade back on there. That keeps the sun off that and keeps it from getting too weather beaten. Come back over the pool. And voila, we are now in business.